So, one thing that we've been working on recently, as you know, has been eliminating friction, getting stuff out of the way that so I don't have to think about it in the moment. So, choosing your color palette, choosing your colors, so it's always the same every time you draw a page. And obviously, this is individual per project, but what we've been doing the last month or so has been getting ready for the shape of my son and building, color palette, coloring technique, what brushes am I going to use, grid system, and some of that was already predetermined going into it. I found a good grid system that works for See You in Hell. I think I'm going to continue that. I figured out that using monochromatic color scheme like I did with See You in Hell is going to work. The difference there is I'm going to be using a wash for Shape of My Son. However, one thing that I want to work on with Shape of My Son is getting the covers for each chapter or issue settled before I do anything else, or at least the process of it, because I'm sitting here, I've been, 2 months complete with See You in Hell, and I don't have chapters or covers for chapters 7 and chapters 8. Those are the last two, and they need to go in my Patreon shop, so my members can download them for free, and then they have a whole collection until I put a collection out, or until I figure out what's going on with the actual printed version of the book. Whether that's going to be a Kickstarter with digital rewards, I don't know. Regardless, I never built into my process doing the covers. And so I would get done, and then the next week I'd have more pages due. I'd get done with an issue. Next week I'd have more pages due. I wouldn't factor in the time to do a cover, and so they were released kind of sporadically. Like I said, I have 2 that I haven't released that have been done for quite a while. So this week what I did was I sat down and figured out what I'm going to do for these. So if you remember chapter 7, it's basically the jailbreak. So I'm going to take some inspiration from pop culture. I really like the poster for Cool Hand Luke, and I think I'm going to have Lucy the dog be Paul Newman's face, and it kind of radiates out. And then chapter 8 or issue 8 cover is going to be very simple. It's just going to be a profile of the Gamjakoth, aka Joshua, all black background. Very, if you've read the end, it's very fitting. So we're going to do that today, get this done, and get this in the shop today, and then we just don't have to worry about it any longer. And then I'm going to continue with Shape of My Son, and also I need to figure out a good way to integrate the covers into the process. And so I think that might just be something I do during just scheduling it out as part of the actual production process of making pages. Otherwise, I'll just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. By the time I was getting to chapter 8, I was doing chapters 5 and 6. So the covers for those. So I was never consistently on time, and not that I think it hurt me, but it didn't help because I could have used those images to help promote the comic online. So without further ado, let us get started.
through the dark. We will get out of here, but baby, we'll never part.
Okay, I got one cover done, had a lunch break, and now I'm ready to do the next one. So this one should be pretty easy. This will be a little sad, but yeah, it'll be good. Here we go. So there we are. 2 covers done pretty quickly. It helps going in with a plan. Once I had a plan, it was very straightforward. And so I think that's every time I finish a chapter, the next week is just going to be me doing the cover. And then starting fresh with new pages from there. I think before, when I was doing See You in Hell, a little bit of background, I was doing web comics in 2007 to 2012, and I got a following and a fan base purely from Twitter. It was awesome. And I had that figured out. That has now since become X, which has become kind of a cesspool. Instagram was the place to go for a long time to post comics. I don't think that's the case anymore. I'm posting on some of these platforms still, not X, but posting on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, but it's solely just to have a presence there. I think I was letting Instagram dictate too much my schedule and my, I was worried about taking a break during Instagram. When I was posting on Instagram, I was posting 2 pages a week. So I thought if I took a week off to do a cover, I would lose momentum, but I didn't have any momentum to begin with because I was posting 2 pages a week in a long form comic format. So it was hard for people to want to read it if they got it, or even fans. It was hard just because of Instagram's algorithm to find me again or to get it posted again. So really, this is one soft promotion for Patreon. You can become a free member and have it delivered to your inbox, my comics, when they are released. That's an easy way to go about it. But letting the platform dictate, or letting a platform dictate how I release my creative work is not a good idea. And I paid for it because I should have had these done months ago and I didn't. So I think, again, going back and building it into the process and removing that friction point will help tremendously moving forward with the new graphic novel, The Shape of My Son. All right. What's next on my list?